10 seconds of audio and $30. That's all it costs to clone a voice so perfectly you won't know it's fake. Across the country, retirees are picking up the phone to hear their grandchild screaming for help. Marjorie's phone rang just after lunch. The voice on the line was her daughter, crying, terrified, begging for help. Marjorie listened for nearly 2 hours, heart pounding, as a supposed kidnapper demanded a wire transfer. She sent $3,270 to a stranger in Mexico before her real daughter finally called from work, safe and confused. The scammer only needed 10 seconds of audio plucked from a birthday video online and about $30 to make a perfect copy of her loved one's voice. Cybersecurity expert Ann Dickherber says that less than 10 seconds of your voice is all she needs to make a clone that would fool anyone. For Marjorie, the shock did not end with the loss. Shame crept in, making her hesitate to tell her family what happened. Older adults already get targeted for fraud. AI makes it worse by making the lie feel personal and urgent. The fear is not just about losing money in seconds. It is about feeling alone and embarrassed, and wondering if you can ever trust a familiar voice again. A few weeks after Marjorie's ordeal, police bulletins began warning families that even video and photos can be faked. In mid-January, officers in several states reported a new pattern. AI-generated proof of life images sent to parents and grandparents, showing loved ones supposedly held hostage. These deepfakes, stitched together from social media photos and short voice clips, looked and sounded real enough to convince almost anyone. Thai PBS aired a report on January 19th describing retirees who received desperate video calls from what seemed like their children, only to discover later it was all AI. The advice from law enforcement sounds simple. Ask for a live gesture, check for small details, call back on a trusted number. But in the moment, fear and urgency make it hard to slow down. The Washington Post later estimated $12 million in public funds lost to deepfake scams in just 1 quarter. For many, the fallout is a kind of permanent paranoia. If video can be faked, how do I know a call from family is real? Marjorie now hesitates before answering her phone, worried that even a familiar face or voice could be a lie. A letter arrives, stamped with a denial code and a cold explanation. For many retirees, this is the moment care vanishes, not because a doctor said no, but because an algorithm did. In recent studies, Medicare Advantage plans using AI to review claims denied essential rehab, nursing, or post-acute care. 12 percentage points more often than traditional human review. The Columbia Law Review calls these black box denials a threat to due process, arguing that older adults are left without a clear way to appeal. A Nature Digital Medicine survey found nearly a quarter of Medicare Advantage beneficiaries faced an AI-generated denial for needed therapy. Most could not overturn the decision, no matter how many times they tried. One lawsuit reported by Reuters describes a 78-year-old woman whose extended care claim was rejected by an AI system called CareScore, her case just one of thousands. The fear is raw, being denied care when you are weakest, with no human to hear you. This is the fear of being managed, not helped. For families, the question becomes, if a machine can say no, who will say yes? A message arrives late at night. The sender's photo is charming. The words are gentle, and the conversation flows easily day after day, always attentive, never impatient. For many older adults, loneliness carves out a space that these AI-generated companions slip right into. By February, Axios reported a surge in Valentine's season romance scams powered by AI chatbots. The bots remember birthdays, favorite songs, and the smallest details, making every exchange feel genuine. Over weeks, trust builds. Then the request comes, a sudden emergency, a hospital bill, or a plane ticket to finally meet in person. The average loss from these scams now tops $9,000, and for some, it's not just money that's gone. Once the truth surfaces, shame and heartbreak keep victims silent, even from family. The pain isn't only financial, it's the sense of losing dignity, of doubting your own judgment, and fearing that children or friends will see you as foolish. For retirees, the fear isn't just about being tricked, it's about being alone with the secret and wondering if anyone will ever trust you again. A 78-year-old wakes up to find her checking account frozen. No warning, no phone call, just a red banner on her online banking app. It read, "Account locked for your protection." The freeze drags on for 10 days. She can't pay her electric bill, buy groceries, or refill her prescription. Each call to the bank ends in a loop of automated messages and security questions she can't answer. The reason is that an AI system flagged her account for unusual activity. She is one of thousands. Industry data shows about 3% of senior accounts are locked each quarter by automated risk scores. For her, the damage is immediate and invisible. The fear is not just about losing money, but about losing control. She wonders if anyone can copy a voice. How does she verify anything? If a machine can lock her out, who will let her back in? This hits older viewers hard because it is about vulnerability, being locked out of your own life with no clear way to fight back.
For Marjorie, the hardest part isn't just the frozen account or the endless wait for a real answer. It's the realization that her life is now managed by systems that do not care, only calculate. She finds herself repeating a line she once heard, "I want help, not to be managed." The difference is everything. Consumer complaints show that appeals often stretch past 7 days, with no guarantee of a human response. Each day without access chips away at her sense of control. The feeling is not just frustration. It is a quiet fear that her independence is slipping away, one algorithmic decision at a time. She wonders, if the system can lock me out, who will let me back in? The threat is not just to money, but to dignity and agency itself. For older adults, AI makes the lie feel urgent, and the shame of losing savings or trust cuts deep. When systems manage, not help, vulnerability grows. Today, silence protects no one. Stay connected, stay questioning.